Good, YouTube? So today, I'm getting right into it. This video is about how shifting my mindset saved my life. So, those who are unfamiliar with my channel or just kind of tuning in for the first time, I used to be 475 pounds, and I was dying. And that was about 5 years ago. So, at the time, before I started to shift my mindset, I was just kind of spiraling. In my adult life, I just end up packing on a lot of weight. You kind of get out of high school and your metabolism, you're not moving around as much. So I just kind of, was chilling in the crib playing a game. I'll be out with my friends and stuff, but it was, wasn't no bike riding, no nothing. So it was easy for me to pack on a lot of weight. So as it's happening, mentally, I'm just kind of not really noticing, because you kind of, when that happens, it's like one of two things. Either you're in a horrible depression, or you just don't really know what the heck's going on. So I was in a depression, I didn't even realize it. So all that happened, and now I'm around 28 years old, right? It's September 2020. Now my mother is sick. My mother passes. Boom. It's the craziest thing I've ever experienced was losing my mother. Now, during that time, when I lost her, I ended up being super stressed out. I wasn't grieving. My body, I'm heavy. I'm real heavy. So I'm grieving, or at least I thought I was. I get to the doctor, because I'm like, something's going on. I go to the doctor. Oh, you're not grieving. Okay, so what's next? You gotta let this go. So I go to therapy. So I'm starting to kind of feel good, but then I start something called aspirating, meaning every night when I go to sleep, I wake up with vomit in my nose and lungs. I can't take a breath in. I can't breathe out. I'm just and I just wake up like that. The only thing that is clearing me out is the fact that gravity. So as soon as I sit up and I'm finally sit up for a few minutes, it's just going down. I also find out at that time that I have severe sleep apnea. Before they do a test, cause they did this one test, I did an at-home sleep study, but it would take 3 months from that time for me to receive a CPAP and all that. So either way I'm gonna die in my sleep, is what they're saying. Now, is it gonna be from dying and then waking up, or is it just going because I just choked in my sleep? I didn't want to go out like that. And then I had a third option. In my head, I had a third option. And the third option was I was going to close my own book. And that couldn't happen. And thank God for the guys that was around me and my family that was there at the time. I was able to push through that situation. So all this is going on, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get rid of the GERD. That's what's causing the GERD. I'm doing everything, and it's just, nothing's helping. So I'm realizing, I'm like, well, I'm heavy, so I gotta figure it out. So I start walking, and as I'm walking, I'm starting to feel a little better, and I'm starting to kind of get there, because I'm like, either I'm gonna die in 3 months, or I'm gonna die tomorrow night. It doesn't matter. I was like, something's gotta change. So I'm walking, and I'm kind of adhering to the diet where it's no red sauces, no anything that's gonna cause acidicness into the stomach. So in that time, it's messing up my esophagus, my mouth, everything is just getting messed up because of the aspirating and GERD. So finally, I talk to a doctor. I go to my doctor. I don't see her. She's not there. And I'm talking to an older guy, and he just keeps it real with me. He's like, hey man, you're gonna have to get something, you're 475 pounds, you're literally gonna die. he didn't sugarcoat nothing. He was an older man. I think he might have passed. But he went straight for it. He goes, listen, you got a couple options. He said, one, he's like, you gotta start moving around, you gotta do something. Two, you gotta get a surgery done to repair your esophagus. So I'm looking into it, and I'm scared, bro. I'm scared out of my mind. like I said, I don't got my mother. I don't got I feel like I don't got nobody. I got my aunt and my sister and them, but it just kind of feels like, my whole world ended when she died. So like I'm shattered. I'm like half the man I used to be is what I felt like. So I end up talking to the doctor, and he refers me to a bariatric surgeon. I don't think I ever told y'all this. So I end up having to get it's called like a row on Y. So what it did was it like rerouted like my stomach, and then it like rerouted like my esophagus. So what it did was, in the midst of all that, it like repaired my I was able to repair my esophagus from like all the like damage and stuff from like the stomach acid and stuff, and then like shrunk my stomach size. So that was crazy. So that happened in 2021. So I ended up like I started losing some weight because like you're on a liquid diet, and then your stomach went like to like that big, probably even smaller than that. So I can't eat the way I want to and all that. So I'm like, damn, I never wanted to do something like that. I never wanted to get a surgery to assist me with that. But I was at the point where, bro, I'm dying. And if anybody want to call it cheating, go ahead. I still had to put the work in. I still have to get up and do it and make sure I'm still moving. As far as like just getting the weight off me, it's not something that just happens. You know what I mean? Like you have to adhere to, you're on a new diet, all this stuff. And then for me, I'm trying to get my like muscle up. So I had to figure out how to get enough protein, malnourishment, just a bunch of different stuff, side effects and stuff that you gotta deal with when going through something like that. Now, I went through all that. I get to a point where, all right, I'm starting to knock out goals. I'm like, all right, so boom, I got my weight down. You know what I'm saying? I'm living. I'm gonna live now. I wanted a Dodge Charger. I wanted one since like 2006. I wanted a Dodge Charger. I wanted to build my own PC because I was streaming at the time. And the third goal, I think I just wanted a better job. I knocked all that stuff out within like 4 months of me writing it down. That was the mind shift change. I started just writing down my goals. Now, if anybody knows me, I'm down, like right now, or I total I was down like 190 pounds. From 475 pounds, that's a lot, right? I had the knee surgery, because that's another thing. I had my ACL, I had to get that repaired. So I finally got my ACL repaired. They wouldn't do it when I was younger because they said, hey, you might die on the table. We're not willing to take that risk. It is what it is. It happens when you're over a certain weight. So now I'm finally able to get my knee surgery. I don't have the GERD thing. I no longer need a CPAP. I have my knee surgery. So boom. Now I'm good to go. At least so I thought. But I started having something called imposter syndrome. So no matter all the goals I started knocking out, I started feeling sorry. I started feeling bad for myself. But now I realize I'm like, hey, no. On paper, we good. We are good. Every day we work, we wake up, we knocking out goals. We're doing something. So now I just dedicate my life into just being a better version of myself. I practice everything I preach, man. Like if anybody got any questions on like doing a weight loss surgery, or just or say you're going through GERD, say you're going through anything that I was going through, even if you weren't. Say you got any questions, you just trying to figure it out. I'm here to help, man. It's not something easy. I'll say that it's in its own right. It's its own beast. Because for life, like everything kind of changes. And if you're not careful, you can put weight back on. I mean, I told you I put some weight on, but it's not weight that's about to stick. I'll tell you that much. I put a lot of muscle on too. But in the last like year, it was just me kind of like fiddling on my diet and kind of working on getting my muscle up. And that's where I'm at now. I'm just grinding, bro. I'm grinding. I write my goals down. I set my goals. I write them down. I give myself a timetable. This is what I want by this time, and I've been knocking it out. You just gotta want to live. It took me wanting to live because I didn't want to live for so long. I was losing for so long because I was just sitting there stagnant. I didn't care. I didn't have a reason to. I had childhood trauma that was just unaddressed, so I just didn't care about what was going on. I'm addressing that childhood trauma. I'm healing my inner child, because a lot of it comes from your inner child, or your teenage years, or your early 20s, or whatever. I'm now in my 30s, so it's like I gotta check back in when I'm going through something and I'm feeling some just down for no reason. Is my inner child? No, we're good. Is it my 20-year-old self or my teen self? Oh yeah, it might be. I gotta heal that. I gotta heal that part of me. So, hey man, I'm telling you, it's just a mindset shift. You gotta want to do better, and you will. Cause ain't nothing promised to nobody. Like I know that for one. Like I had 3 options, and 2 of them was just my own doing was gonna just take me out, or the third one was I just wasn't gonna make Christmas. Simple as that. It was November. I wasn't gonna go to Christmas of 2020, and now I'm here. It's 2025. It's damn near 5 years later. I had to make a bunch of decisions. I had to make them alone. I had to choose myself for once. I go to the gym and I put in the work. I would never judge anybody who's doing any type of wellness journey, because that's the thing. Nobody who's there is making fun. Like nobody who's at a certain level is making fun of somebody who's starting. And that's what you gotta realize. That the people at the top aren't making fun of you for, like, they're not gonna, oh, look at this guy, they're just happy that you're trying. You come to the gym, people are just happy to see you. You starting a business, people are happy to see that you're doing that. Nobody hating on you is gonna be in a better position. Unless you did something to like piss somebody off or whatever. But generally, nobody who's better than you is hating on somebody for starting. It's the best thing you could do is start. And even if you fail, at least you tried. At the very least, you did something. You're not gonna just go out like that. I'd rather die trying than never starting. Like I got this hoodie on, BIRD. That stands for bitch. I'd rather die. I ain't missing no workouts. I ain't making no excuses. I'd rather die than not make it to like my chest day. You know what I'm saying? I do my push-ups every morning. I do my push-ups and my sit-ups every morning. I make my bed every morning because I know I gotta do my little goals. You know, my daily stuff. That's my daily non-negotiables. That's how I keep myself, centered. Is you gotta give yourself some non-negotiables. This is how you know you about to have a good day. Boom, wake up. For me, wake up, boom. First thing I do, make my bed. I ain't getting back in it. Make my bed. I come over, I get up to my couch, put my feet under my couch, hit my sit-ups. Boom, 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 boom. Do my sit-ups. Take a couple breaths, hit my push-ups. Boom. Whatever I feel like doing at that time. There's no set amount. I'm just doing push-ups. Then I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth. Boom. Gotta get my teeth right. Then it's time for breakfast. I know it's kind of backwards, brushing your teeth before breakfast, but I don't want to have a stink mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately just get to it. And then after I eat, I'll gargle some Listerine just to make sure like I ain't just got stuff in my mouth. But that's just that's how I start my day. You know what I'm saying? I also read every day. I meditate. I just have my daily non-negotiables. Like I said, it's just a mind shift change. It comes with time. I tell you now, since I'm down over 150 pounds, I have found myself being way more open to doing more physical activities. I'm lighter on my feet. Bro, if you ask me at 400 pounds, I want to go for a hike, I'd look at you crazy. I'm like, are you playing with me? You know what I'm saying? But now, bro, I'm up for hikes. Let's go jogging. We can go running. Bro, I'm with whatever. Bro, we go out to the park. We do calisthenics. I've been looking at this channel, man. I'm gonna put this in the video. The next clip is gonna be me doing the chaotic push-up. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not playing around when it comes to this fitness thing, bro. Like I said, I might have had like a nudge in the right direction, but it took for me, and I hope it would not take something like this for y'all. It took for me to lose my mother and almost die for me to finally get my life together. It don't have to be that drastic for y'all. Just want to do better for yourself, and I guarantee you gonna go a long way. Give yourself some daily non-negotiables, give yourself some goals, and set some benchmarkers to measure your own success. Don't worry about what the rest of the world is doing. Don't worry about if anybody looking at you. You gotta live like nobody else is watching. The only person that's watching is you, and that's all that matters. 10 Toes Drew. We stand on business. You know, I appreciate y'all coming to watch my channel. I appreciate y'all stepping with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm having fun with this. I'm getting very vulnerable with y'all. I've never even told anybody, like most people, about me having that surgery. And it's not something like I'm ashamed of. It just never really came up. Like always, if anybody talk about like how I lost like a bunch of weight, I just let them know like, hey, like I had some assistance. It wasn't just like, I mean, it's me, but like it wasn't just all me. But I was also finna die, you know. And here I am today, man, right in front of you, in the flesh. I wouldn't be here if I didn't finally make a decision. I had to also, just to do the thing, just to get to that point, I had to do a set of, a few things just to get there. I had to lose weight on my own and do all this stuff just to show them that I was even gonna be a candidate for that shit. I was scared, bro. I went in that room by myself. Nobody came in there with me because of COVID. Like, because of COVID restrictions, I had to make a lot of decisions for the first time on my own without even being able to consult my mother. And now I live, now I'm able to make my decision. I was able to make my decisions. It's just having that one person there that you could like, hey mom, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't call my mother for like advice and stuff, but it's like she became a part of my conscience. So sometimes, man, I just pray to her and I think about her, and I learn. Sometimes I can hear her voice telling me, "Oh, don't do that. Why are you doing that?" And that's kind of how I guide myself. I guide myself for being like morally correct and righteous. And I always think what my mother would say. You know what I'm saying? Before I do anything crazy, what my mom would say. Shoot, most people will crash out. I can't even crash out because she done did too much to put me in a position where I'm winning today. For all the L's I've taken, I've won more. You can lose 10 times, but you're gonna win 11. Hey, like I said, man, I don't mean to keep yapping. I appreciate y'all. We stand on business, game.